welcome to a brand new episode of Frequels. I'm EJ Leeson, and with me today is my co-host who loves face tattoos on his jokers and crows, Rory Colorasi. How you doing, buddy?
I was good until right before I came here, because it kind of dawned on me that I don't think I actually like you guys very much.
That's not nice.
So we're gonna have to see how this episode goes.
All right. Okay.
I don't know if I'm renewing my contract, is what I'm getting at.
Right. Yeah.
So if the sponsors are listening, that's a hint to give me a lot of more money.
Yeah.
Or
and
an
to
open
give
seat
Vince
somewhere.
less money.
Less money for me.
So that his family may remain starving.
They're starving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
okay.
care about your family.
Used to it. Used to it.
And of course, with us, as always, the podkeeper himself. Hide your ankles because he's a biter. Young Vince. What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. I'm happy to see you guys again. I'm ready to do this thing.
Hey, EJ.
Yeah.
That was a chef's kiss.
It's
Oh,
good.
thank
I like
you.
that.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
These baby. I'm gonna run out of baby jokes one of these days.
You're not. No, you're not.
Baby toddler jokes.
For the record, Vince has bitten my ankle.
Yeah.
You asked me to.
I may have paid him.
One of these days,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. And we have a very special guest, fellow film buff, and right now, current stage manager for Inconveniences, which you can catch at the Diva Theater in Scranton, PA, the last 2 weekends of April, starring friend of the show, Chris Alou,
Heck yeah.
and a bunch of other people. All around great guy. Mike.
Some other people.
Some other
Some
people.
less reputable folk.
Some other guys. And Mike Vinci. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, probably in Italy. That's probably how you say it. I think so.
Mike Vinci.
But here in America, it's Vinci, apparently.
Vinci,
I'm just saying what
okay.
I've been told. I
I feel like you should know how to pronounce your name.
That's
You
okay.
tell us.
it's a wishy-washy kind of situation.
Gotcha.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah, Vinci here. If you got the accent, it's Vinci.
Gotcha.
Leonardo's my great uncle.
I see. Okay.
So.
He was a duh.
Hey, Vince, we're gonna need you to fact check that.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't fact check that.
I don't lie for you.
So how are you, sir? What's going on?
I'm really good. And I just one little. I'm assistant to the stage manager. Assistant stage manager.
Oh, okay.
There's another stage manager, Liz, standing out there. So that's good.
I think you should just take the credit from her.
Yeah, just take
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
There could only be one, and now there is.
I heard you're carrying her.
Yeah, that's what we heard. It's like, oh, Mike's doing all the work over here.
Yeah, I don't know who said that. Hey, I thought we said we weren't gonna say that.
All right. Yeah. No, so I'm glad to have you on, and you actually check out the show all the time.
Yeah,
and share it,
I'm
and we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm caught up, even as of today's recording.
Yeah.
And there was which one was Event Horizon released today. That was a good one.
So you're digging the show?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate that.
And,
We do it just for you.
yeah.
No, it's awesome because I'll post the episodes and then within moments you're sharing it, and that's appreciated, man.
Yeah,
man.
Especially since there's that campaign out there to get us canceled because of all the horrible things we say and do.
Yeah.
To just people.
Yeah.
People.
Not,
the fact
not like a generalized.
Yeah.
everyone.
We just are horrible to everyone.
Yeah.
And the fact
Especially
that you're
kids.
willing to look the other way says a lot.
Well, I mean, I emailed in and you read it, and I like that you hear your audience, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes. And now
Only the men.
Yeah. Only the men.
Yeah, what's
Only
that
the
special
men.
effect you did on that one
Well, only the guys.
certain demographic?
No, how is it working? So I don't
No,
know
we
if
love
you know
you all.
this.
We love you.
But Rory directed a movie, a short film, and the star of it was Chris Alou, who you're currently working with on this play.
I only recently noticed. So I knew that Rory has done that short film, but I only recently noticed that it was Chris who is in the play that is the same person. Because when you were sharing his music, I'm like, okay, there's connections making right now, and so they got that album coming out too. So that's
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm so pumped.
is he just as magical on stage as he was behind the camera?
Yes. So I have to tell you.
I'm
So
sorry, in front of the camera. I don't know how things work.
in front, behind, it depends on the night.
Terrible director. I'm like, no one wants to see you on camera. They want you behind the camera.
I'm gonna show you how to do it, and then you do it. But yeah, so this going to this play, I messaged Rory, messaged EJ when I first saw the auditions. I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. And so when I went to the auditions, it's the very first time I ever did anything play related. And watching some of these people audition that night, including Chris, I was like, holy. So that's acting. That's what it's like to do that, because the range too, it was awesome. I went home and I told my wife, I was like, there was this guy. It was just like killed it.
I recently just saw him in a play, and I had literally got tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, not just because he's like, we love him, but he's just a tremendous talent. You know?
Yeah. You can definitely see it.
And just a tremendous person.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like he's like a very down to earth guy and super talented.
Had dinner with him on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Intoxicating guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris O'Lou, if you ever want to be on the show.
Yeah, be on the show.
Even though if you're
You know
listening
what?
to this,
Should.
I did technically invite you. Stay tuned, assholes.
And also you're a writer and fellow horror advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of you.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I've been writing stuff. I self-published 2 little short stories,
Cool.
or 3 little short stories called Souls. And that's pretty exciting. It's just like possessed shoes that let you do your intrusive thoughts. Basically, that's
So
the
they'll
synopsis.
swallow your soul.
Almost.
Almost.
You guys like
Yeah.
that?
I like it. I like it.
Swallow
And
fellas.
I mean, at the end, we'll definitely have to plug
Yeah.
that. And
No, that was
where
it. He only
other
gets
people-
one.
That's it.
I'm not wasting any more time on this guy.
www.mugglelouisvinci.com.
So who's going to pick it up? Prime, Hulu,
Oh, yeah, I hope.
Netflix?
Yeah,
One
I
of
mean,
them?
if you're
Okay.
listening, I'll send you the stuff.
Yeah.
So Mike, just real quick, how did you get into horror films? I always want to ask our guests these questions, but I'm like grossly unprepared all the time. So I generally like go home and I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to like address them by their name, treat them like a person.
We're supposed to host them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But how did you get into horror, Mike?
Yeah, you know.
And moving on. No, I'm kidding. No, seriously, how did you get into horror?
Yeah, I think I would give the credit to my mom. Like, I think she liked horror when she was growing up, but as I was young, she was really just like, yeah, we could watch this. And I was actually recently asking her what it was, if she could remember the first one that she showed me at home. And there's a lot of debate about what it was, but the movie that I went to the theater to see with her is actually what we're talking about.
Shut up. Are you
Really?
serious on this movie?
Yeah, so I was actually just telling Vince earlier, I was listening to your Bride of Chucky episode, and Rory and I think your guest was Matt.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's actually in the closet right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's his home. It's his home. Stop referring to it as a closet.
Don't wake him up.
And you both were commenting on how you saw that in theaters, and how it was like a different experience at that time, or maybe it was I can't remember who said it, but
You
I
nailed it.
messaged EJ right away. I was like, I changed my mind. I want to do Idle Hands because of that same reason.
Yeah.
And that's how it changed, because him and I were talking about different movies to do, and I listened to the episode. I was like, I got a different one. This is it.
Okay, so H, tell us what movie we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I want you to explain yourself.
Okay.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
And today we are talking about Idle Hands, which came out in 1999, starring Devon Sawa, Jessica Alba, Seth Green, and Jack Noseworthy from Event Horizon, which was kind of awesome.
We should do an episode on that one.
We should.
Yeah.
So tell us about
Vivica.
Idle Hands.
Yeah. So, to my memory, it was the very first horror movie that my mom brought me to. She's like, "Oh, it's a '90s teen comedy. Like, it's gonna be fine. Like, what could it possibly be?" And it was awesome until there's that one scene in the car at the high school where my mom's like,
It's like a coat over
I
your
was
head.
like, "Oh yeah, I'm not looking. Don't worry." For all those podcast listeners, I'm covering my eyes with a gap, but I'm not looking. But yeah, it was great. You know, we dropped my little sister off and my aunts. We're like, "Oh, it's mom and son day. We're gonna go see this teen comedy."
Yeah.
About idle hands.
Idle hands. My dad took me to see this movie, and this is what I remember. So we're coming out of the movie. He's like, "Oh, you don't do that with you and your friends, right?" I was like, "No, I don't murder anybody." He's like, "Oh, okay." Well.
So you lied to your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Didn't murder anybody then.
That day.
I didn't
Not
see it
yet.
in theater. I didn't see this in the movies. I saw it on video right after it came out on video. And at the time, and we're going to talk about this, I just remember at the time being like, this is an awfully enjoyable movie.
Yes.
Delightful. It's delightful.
But, you know what? I'm going to be coming at you all episode long because I'm watching this last night. I'm like, Vince must love this movie.
I absolutely.
Yes.
I just feel like it's like everything you love in like one film.
Correct.
Yes.
So I was a sophomore in high school when this came out, and I
Yeah.
remember going to see this in theaters. This was like the birth of Seth Green for me, and I think this was around the time where like Family Guy was just. Was Seth Green on that yet, or Robot Chicken, or stuff like that?
Yeah,
that might have been. That might have been late. That might have been
Probably
later
Family
on.
Guy.
I think
But, yeah.
Family Guy was 99.
Definitely Buffy.
But what I'm saying is
Yes.
like this was the start of my love for Seth Green. He was fantastic in this, and I just remembered and just he's awesome in this.
Somewhere in my notes I wrote, wow, Seth Green's really cool.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Because he is.
yeah, he
he
is.
is.
And
He's
he's
got a cool
adorable.
look. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
he's adorable,
he just looks
funny
like a
little
guy
redhead.
you'd want to hang out with.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? I tried once and he called the cops.
Well, I think you showed up too late and he was sleeping, and that was a problem.
And you
People
broke
don't
into
like
his
when you
house.
hop their fences.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watch them sleeping like Edward
Yeah.
Cullen in Twilight.
And I wrote like, I'm under the bed.
I thought you would like it. It's a reference to
Yeah.
the movie.
He's like, yeah, I think it's great. And he's calling the cops, panicking.
Just stay there, man. It's cool. So, yeah, let's talk about this film. Yeah, I felt like when I was watching this, I was like, oh, Vince is probably loving this movie because there's so many, like, musical...
Vinceisms?
Yeah, Vinceisms.
Yes, a lot of that. Soundtrack. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Living In, Blink-182, The Offspring, Rob Zombie, Zebrahead, Static X, Unwritten Law, The Vandals, Motley Crue. Power packed, awesome soundtrack. Yeah, this thing was chock full of nostalgia.
And once again, like
Yeah.
I've said before, at home, if you're a fan of any of these bands, you're our age.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I remember in the movie when it gets to this one certain point, I was like, oh, that's Tom DeLonge from
Yeah.
Blink-182.
Yeah.
And he's working in the drive-thru.
What a great line too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's it. That's all he's got, and then he's out of there.
Yeah, and then you have the cameo
Offspring.
from Offspring.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Hell of a cameo.
What a great death scene.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
We'll
Actually,
get
that
to,
is a great
that,
scene.
but man,
Yeah.
even just like the fact that they're not playing like an Offspring song, they're
Yeah.
playing the Ramones.
The Ramones,
I'm
yeah.
like,
they're
right
doing
on.
the cover of the Ramones.
Which is like just awesome. 'Cause
Yeah.
that- for all you people listening at home, I'm sure you don't care about this because I don't even think I'm caring about it as much as I'm saying it, but I love the Ramones.
oh yeah,
EJ and I
Same.
were like Ramones buffs.
That's
Nerds.
actually that's one of our go-to karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we all went to a Ramones show together.
We did.
Oh
know
right,
that?
yeah, we Tommy. Yeah.
Richie.
Oh Richie. Yeah, that's right, Richie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We were all at that show.
Yeah.
If we were at a show of Tommy's, we'd be at a graveyard.
I know.
All right.
I don't know why I said Tommy. I just,
Yeah,
like,
too soon.
Yeah.
I actually almost did see Tommy Ramone live once. I actually had tickets to his show, showed up for the show, and then I guess he was sick. And then it was like very shortly after that was when he passed away. So like I literally just missed him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow, way to bring us down.
Yeah.
Well, you know, hey, everybody at home, feel that. You feel that? That's
Awkward.
pain.
No hard edits. We want you to feel this.
Feel something.
Yeah.
Feel it. Feel it. Like Marky Mark. Feel it. Feel it.
This is what Rory was saying above Seth Green while he was sleeping.
Feel it.
Feel it.
So yeah, let's get into this breakdown. So the film opens with the amazing Fred Willard and his wife.
No comment on those credits?
Oh, I
fine.
mean, those
Mom
credits are
Tobias,
cool.
Dad Tobias.
The,
Yeah,
the
I thought
credits
they were
are pretty
awesome.
wild.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
The whole thing's
It's
Yeah, the credits
just
were
just in
awesome.
case you want to know what decade this was.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
In
Well,
case
it
you weren't
felt-
sure.
That's what it was. It felt very 90s.
It was very 90s.
Very much so.
It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Credits.
I just was not going to let us go past those credits. Moving on.
It was like Bride of Chucky credits. But
Ooh, speaking of, Graham Revell,
yeah.
who did Bride of Chucky, is the person who did the music for this movie.
Yeah.
His list of
story.
movies that he's done soundtracks for is incredible. I have a list of that because
Go
I was
ahead,
just
Mike. Take us away.
So this is only a selection. Sin City, Bride of Chucky, Spawn, The Craft, From Dusk Till Dawn, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, Tank Girl, Street Fighter, Freddy vs. Jason, Daredevil, The Fog, Child's Play 2. There's so many more. For those being his credits, I really didn't notice it in Idle Hands.
His score, unremarkable in this movie, right?
Yes.
Because he does have a sort of thing about him. You don't hear it in this movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's okay. No, that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
He was just like, hey, I put a lot of work into all these other movies. Today's my turn.
Yeah. You know what?
Phone it
Here's
in.
what I have for you guys. Use whatever. They're like, this is like maybe 4 minutes. That's
Take
all I
it.
have.
That's all
Fine, you're welcome.
We'll make it work.
Great 4 minutes.
If you put it at right at the beginning of the movie so it sets the tone, and then...
Could you try just a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, no,
No,
not
that's
this
okay.
time.
Same approach we have.
Yeah.
So yeah, we start with Mr. and Mrs. Tobias.
Ron Burgundy's boss.
Yeah, Fred Willard. I love him from Waiting for Guffman.
Yes.
And a lot of those. What's his name?
Christopher Guest.
Christopher Guest.
Mighty Wind, Best in Show.
All of those, and for your consideration, love that movie.
Most recently as Phil Dunphy's father on Modern Family,
Yes.
which
Oh,
was like his perfect character.
Yeah,
Great actor. He's gonna
great
make
actor.
it.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, and
Yeah.
he's unfortunately he's only in it for this one scene.
But he was great in it.
Yeah, but him and his wife they get into bed, they turn off the light, and they see above them that I'm under your bed. So they start to freak out, and the wife is like, "Oh my god, I just heard a sound downstairs. Go check it out." So he goes down. He's checking it out, and then he screams, and then she's like, "Well, that sucks. I better go check it out." So the cat jumps on the bed.
Great cat acting.
The
Actually,
animals in this.
The cats and dogs showed up to work.
Yeah.
I was waiting to hear it.
yeah,
We're not done. I've got notes.
I actually was gonna say the cat actor was not as good in this because
fuck you.
it kept looking in the camera.
I have that written down too. In my notes, it says great cat acting, but at one point the cat is looking right into the lens.
Yeah, I was
It's okay.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Wait.
Ooh, I like that. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Someone's having the worst day of their life.
Let's laugh about it.
Before we move on from the cat,
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing because we blew right past it. There were some fantastic looking deer statues. Did you see them?
Oh yeah, I did. And there, you know what? The weird thing is, I had to watch this on my phone because
It's the only way to watch it.
my internet wasn't working, and I
look
was
of
watching
anger
it
on Rory's face.
Pluto TV. Right, and I was just so mad because I hate watching anything on my phone.
So wait a
How many
minute.
commercials?
Wait.
I watched it the same way. How many commercials?
I was like, there was like too many commercials, and then my internet, like I said, was not working.
I don't think I need Zell Jams, but I want it now.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
So, are you meaning to tell me that there is a massive difference between watching a movie on a phone versus watching it on a television and or movie theater screen?
Actually, not the biggest difference. No, 100%. Yes.
Wait,
no.
do you have this on 4K?
I don't have this on 4K. I don't know if they've ever
Wait, so
granted
wait,
this
I
in
don't think-
4K.
How
Well, I
did
don't
you
know.
watch this? Just DVD, Blu-ray, something like that?
just,
Okay. Do you own it though?
Do I own it?
Yeah.
No. I'll edit this out.
Yeah.
My hypocrisy. No, yeah, but seriously, watching on the phone, you probably missed those great deer statues.
I think I did. Because all I could see was the lady and the cat, and that was like my primary focus. And I just kept looking at the cat, looking at me, and it was just like, what are you looking at, man?
Do you think the cat was like almost like the original Deadpool? It was just breaking the fourth wall.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
That's where they
Little
got
Wolverine.
it.
Kat's like, "Can you believe this, audience?" And then goes right back into the scene.
Yeah.
And I looked up the name of the cat actor,
Good.
and his name was Kevin Federline. Which I thought there was already a Kevin. I don't know. So, anyways.
I feel like you didn't try with that.
Exactly.
No,
I was waiting for like a good cat pun, and you just went for like random Hollywood douche.
What's his real name?
I like it. I thought it was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. I was waiting for you guys to expect
Somebody,
some kind of weird cat name.
I gasped. I was like,
Kevin Federline.
and then you said that, and I was like, well, our friendship's over.
Which is good around this time period.
Yeah. So the mom, she hears the husband. She's looking around downstairs, and she's about to call 911 because she freaks out. And but she actually gets pulled under the bed and screams, and we just see the splatter of blood.
I have to. Who dials a phone like that?
Yeah.
What the heck was she doing?
She's debating on whether or not she
She
wanted
had to remember what the last number was of 911. The effort that she put into
She acted
dialing
like
that
it was
number.
still a rotary phone. Like, it was like
That's how long it took. It was not.
Sorry.
Probably a better take,
Yeah.
you know?
Right. So
One where she wasn't like coming down from space and operating a phone for the first time.
Yeah.
What is this strange contraption?
what is this? I think the cat was giving her acting lessons that
Cat's
day.
Cat's just like, I don't believe you.
You have to like stretch it out, man.
I'll show you what I do when I try to dial a phone. She's just pulling at it. That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
But anyway, great cat actor.
I don't know. So the next day, their son Anton, he wakes up, played by the great Devon Sawa.
Devon Sandwich.
Devon Sandwich. And he's oblivious to his parents missing. And Anton goes to his friends to get some pot, and they fill him in on some local murders. They're like, yeah, man, there's a bunch of murders that happened. The twins died. Someone at the bowling alley died.
Burger Jungle.
Burger Jungle.
There was a thing that jumped out at me in this moment. Because it took me back to like 90s movies, right?
Right.
And it was like the 90s when deadbeat losers reigned supreme. Do you know what I mean? Because like all your heroes were like just barely alive.
Right.
They were
And
like zombies.
Yeah. They were like,
And then like all the girls in the movies are just like, he's just misunderstood. And I'm like, that guy's gonna be unemployed his entire life. You're gonna struggle if you marry that guy.
yeah.
And then there's like some like successful jerk off guy that's just like, well, he's a dork, and she's like, well, you just don't get him. And then like 20 years later, after she chooses the loser, she's like, I should have went for the guy who had the nice car and was just pointing out the obvious. This guy sucks.
You can't do that.
You know?
This guy sucks.
Also, what conversation did Anton come into that they were just finishing up? And if your mom had teeth, she wouldn't suck dick so well. So what? So what was that the punchline to?
Yeah.
I need to know.
I'm hoping Seth Green was like, I'm just going to say this and have him walk in.
Right.
And that's it.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And if your mom had teeth, she wouldn't suck dick so well.
So there's probably like a very elaborate conversation, perhaps a deleted scene. Release the idol cut.
At least not on special features of the DVD I have. It's not there.
No?
That lead scene.
Did you go
Yeah.
digging?
I did look for anything that led up to that. There isn't really anything aside from they were allowed to improvise a lot of their lines. So
All right. So that answers that question.
Yeah.
Improv.
Just, hey, leave it up to your imagination. You come up with the
Wait,
joke.
hold on. I'm going to do it in my head right now. What a scamp.
What a scamp. So,
Oh, yep, there it is. Seth Green is really cool.
so they also are encouraging Anton to talk to his crush, Jessica Alba, who plays Molly.
Really? She was in this.
Yeah.
Didn't notice. Wow.
Didn't notice.
So, this is the first time in my notes I wrote Vince's childhood. Vince, thoughts on Jessica Alba. I feel like that's like a Vince crush.
So here's what I'll say. Sophomore in high school, how lucky was I to have that? That's it.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying.
Elaborate.
I'm going to stop there because I'm only going to dig myself further into a hole. She's beautiful. Is she not beautiful? No, guys, nothing? Okay, thanks.
I'm into the OnlyFins.
OnlyFins, oh yeah, dolphin, the weird stuff. Adam's channel,
I'm into dolphins.
Yeah.
Adam Farley's channel on OnlyFins is great.
good.
Sexy.
Yeah.
It's worth the $250 a month.
It's awesome. And that's weird.
OnlyFans.
If you actually go for like the Supreme package,
Platinum?
he actually can enter your house whenever he wants. Just to
Yeah.
walk around.
Yeah, I see.
Ah.
I'll try it.
But anyway, yes, I'm into dolphins. So
Okay,
no,
fair enough.
I missed out on her. But
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's probably Vince's thing because she's
Yeah,
like
she's-
riding a little bike and she's got like the lyric notebook
I was
and
gonna
she's like
say-
a bass player, rocker, and I'm like, Vince,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not that I have a type or anything, but yeah, that motorcycle is on par with the Camaro that was in I forget what movie. That motorcycle is legendary. It's like a little cafe racer. It's adorable. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, I agree. It was
We were talking about the bike the whole time, not Jessica Alba, right?
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
He was talking about Jessica.
He was definitely talking about the Alps.
The Alps.
The Alps.
Have you ever climbed that mountain?
Oh no, but I'm sure Vince would like to.
Oh wait, actually, literally, I wrote Vince's dream woman as a younger Vince.
Even younger.
A younger Vince. Yeah,
It's
it's
illegal.
okay. I'm like ahead of my notes. I'm so
Younger
sorry.
Vince. So they're like, yeah, maybe ask her out to the Halloween dance that's gonna happen at school. He's like, oh, I haven't been there in a while. They're like, yeah, we know. And then Anton notices that she drops her lyric book, which is very specific. He's like, oh, her lyric book.
She needs this.
He knows.
Right?
And again, the 90s, when leering at women from afar was considered endearing.
Yeah.
Especially to someone like Molly, apparently. Who
Yeah,
was
because she's like
super
real into it.
She's all in on
right
it.
away.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Wow,
talk
you're
about
such
that.
a sex pervert.
Yeah. I cannot wait to get to that too. So Anton notices she drops this book and he picks it up to take it over to her.
And the
Oh,
big sniff.
So Anton sniffs the book to make sure it's okay. Like why?
He's trying to pick up her pheromones. And make,
Yeah, he's just like,
he's trying to trap
Track her down.
now,
Yeah.
Vince, I have a question for you. Have you ever sniffed a girl's book before?
Yeah.
Notebook, mostly.
Yes. Yeah.
BOOK.
Book. Yes.
Yeah.
Book.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what does the notebook smell like?
It's got a. You ever smell a book? It's got a nice smell.
It
to
does
it.
have a
like
good
an old
smell.
book. You open
Does it
that
smell like a library?
up. I don't know, but most girls like when they write in their diary, they'll spray like a little perfume on the page before
do
they
they?
close it.
That's a specific detail, pervert.
Yeah, you weirdo.
That's what I used to do.
Jeepers.
Hey,
God, younger Vince was weird.
that's what I used to do. Yeah, it's okay.
Hope they didn't let you lock your door at home.
No, it's under my bed still.
So Anton returns it and he runs off, not saying anything to her. He just like rings the doorbell, and she's like, "My lyric book," and he's like, and he just walks away.
He's
Very
a lunatic.
awkward.
Yeah.
What a dreamboat.
Yeah. He seems troubled.
Yeah. He looks like he hasn't showered in 10 days.
I have a
but
theory
wow.
about her.
She can fix him.
I do.
She can fix him.
I have a theory. I think
Yeah.
that prior to the events of this film, she was in a really bad relationship, like real mean shithead guy, and she's just like searching, and Anton just be like, he's good.
There's
He's
something
all right.
Maybe Randy.
Yeah.
So wait.
Oh,
You're saying
yeah,
that
maybe Randy, the
she
neighbor.
was searching to settle.
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay, I get
Okay.
that.
Like the last guy was
Sweet.
kind of like an asshole, right?
Yeah.
And then she sees Anton. It's like, I mean, he's mostly okay.
She was searching for a project.
Yeah.
She
Kind
couldn't fix the other guy, so
Yeah.
she was looking for somebody else. She could.
To be fair, it's
yeah.
Devon Sawa, and you know who wouldn't want to fix that guy?
know
Handsome as the day is long.
Yeah, maybe she saw him sniffing her book and she's like, he gets it.
I'm into that.
Her serial killer lyric book with all the cutout letters and everything.
Which immediately reminded me of Rory. Every year for my birthday, he gives me like a cutout letters,
Like a fucking ransom note.
like a ransom note birthday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's his birthday card every year.
Every year, it always has some different message like "F you, scumbag" or
One more year.
I've got your kids is one of
Yeah,
them, I
got
think, or
your
something.
Love
kids.
Rory.
yeah. No, not
And
even
then I
a love
spray
Rory.
it with some perfume, and then he just sniffs it.
Spray it with a mace.
I took that joke and I brought it full circle.
Yeah, good job.
And now we can move on.
So at jail, we see Vivica A. Fox, who is trying to locate something. We don't really know what's going on, but she goes and she sees this prisoner and she's like, oh, it already moved on. So she goes to her van and she's
Cool
like,
van.
oh yeah, and she's like mapping out, trying to connect where this thing might show up next, and then she puts it into the town where Anton is.
You know, it's
Sister
kind of neat.
Liquor.
Yeah.
Is this when she
Liqueur.
draws the star?
Pentagram.
Yeah.
It's kind of a stretch,
I love
isn't
that.
it?
So yeah, I know.
Pentagram.
That's almost as stupid as in Halloween Kills when he's like, I noticed that there's this trail going back to his house, and you're like, how the fuck did you put that together?
You mean a road? There's a road there?
One thing I wanted to ask you guys about as far as is she's like a nun? I don't know. Who cares? A nun? So I feel like she's gone on other adventures, right? Aside
Yes.
from the killer hand, because there's like this long thing of garlic hanging. So
Right.
I think she might have fought vampires at one point.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
I want
definitely a
more of that
supernatural
character.
chaser type.
Yeah.
She's a druid priestess.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I was so when I remember seeing this, I'm like, I wish there was more of her character in this, or like, you know what I mean, or there was like a sequel with her just kept going with stuff. But
Can I go a step further with that?
yeah,
She seems like she's in her own movie.
yes.
Do you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Because the stoner comedy about the possessed hand and her seem like two different things to me. Because like whenever she
Absolutely.
would like show up in the movie, I was always like, this feels like two different things.
It's like this is her crossover episode for her movie.
Yeah.
Like she's doing another movie,
Yeah,
another
exactly.
thing.
Like when they
and
try to
this
do
is her
like a lane-
crossover.
yeah.
yeah. Seth Green
When like
actually,
Matlock was on like Murder She Wrote or something like that.
Or like when Black Panther showed up in Civil War.
Yeah,
And he's just
exactly.
kind of like, oh, I guess he's getting his own movie.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean?
Seth Green talks about this on a podcast. He said that everybody thought they were making like a different film. So like him and the guys thought they were making like a stoner
comedy?
movie. Yeah, and then like other people thought it was
Oh,
like
this, by the way, is a legendary stoner movie. This is up there with Half Baked as
Yeah.
far as like stoner movies go.
And so the director thought he was making like a Dario Argento type of horror film. And then
Director thought that? Which hallmarks did he touch on?
none. And then
You know, the fact that there were actors.
Yeah.
yeah, there's like
And like things were
actors,
happening in the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
and there's horror.
They had
and
that
then-
in common.
Yeah, and then other people thought it was, you know, like the Vivica A. Fox aspect of it, and so
Did they ever talk about that?
well, Seth Green brings
Really?
this up. Yeah, he's like everybody thought they were making a different movie, and it all just kind of came together.
And that director was just like delusional.
Yeah,
He's
Hey,
just
it
like-
kind of came together.
Dude, have you ever watched like an Argento movie?
Who's Argento?
Dario Argento. He's
No.
like an Italian filmmaker.
Okay. Anything I may now probably.
primarily like the Giallo movies. Makes these terrific horror films like Suspiria, Opera. Depending on what you look at it as in America, I think it's called like the Hatchet Murders, but Deep Red. You ever see Deep
Yeah.
Red?
I haven't, no.
So like Dario Argento's got one of those filmographies where you can't miss.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
he's just like a beautiful visualist. You know, not even remotely
Close to this.
close to Idle Hands.
You know what his other big movie was before this?
A
Leprechaun 2.
music video.
the director.
Yeah.
Leprechaun 2.
Leprechaun 2.
Well, I guess that's cool.
But in 94.
Okay.
94, and then 99. I think he did like a lot of TV shows between there.
I want to
Yeah.
apologize to our audience right now that we have not covered a Leprechaun movie. It's coming
Oh, it's gonna happen.
because
Yeah.
you know
I saw
because the
one of those.
Leprechaun, those movies are joyful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would.
Yeah.
Just to get to this one, I wouldn't even say this is a horror movie. This is more of a comedy than it is anything else, right?
Well, it's got like
It's
horror
got-
in it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was more funny than horror.
Drink what you can, drink what you're able. If you're drinking against me, you'll be under the table.
I sincerely love the Leprechaun movies. I've
Yeah.
brought this up to EJ a few times already about loving. There was potentially, like, I was potentially thinking about wanting to talk about that
Yeah.
today, but
Yeah.
It would have been a good choice, but
Yeah.
you went with this.
yeah.
So
I was looking for
And
more
here
of the
we
art.
are.
I was looking for
Right.
more of the art.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the record, Warwick Davis, we met him
Yes.
before.
Yeah. I met him multiple times.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you'll never meet a funnier human being than Warwick Davis, who, by the way, like tackled Star Wars, Harry Potter. Like he just jumps in and out of all these big franchises. Willow.
Freaking love Willow.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
such a huge Willow fan.
Well, hey, Warwick Davis, if you'd ever like to come on the podcast,
He's not. That's no. Don't even.
you'll see someday.
All my
I'm gonna get him.
autographs are actually from Willow.
Yeah?
From
Adam
Robert
is
Davis.
Adam is Wicket the Ewok.
Oh well, of course, yeah.
That's back before Star Wars turned into a dumpster fire.
Oh no,
But it's okay. We can move on.
Yeah, so Anton's on his way home. He just went out and bought a bunch of groceries, and he runs into his old classmates who are seniors, older, that now graduated and are cops, which is kind of fitting, and who end up fining him for littering. They're like, "Oh, this bag, it smells like pot." He's like, "You can't get me for that." They're like, "Well, we got you for littering."
Those guys
Max
were giving crooked cops a bad name.
Yeah, I know,
And,
right?
and do we know who one of those cops is?
Roach from People Under the Stairs, or the
Yeah.
Van from That Thing You Do.
Or
Twister.
isn't that a McPoyle twin?
No, is that?
He does, but he's only
He
in
looks
one
like him.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, he does. It
He's
might
a
be the
McPoyle.
court episode.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
See, I always just think of him as That Thing You Do.
Yeah, I always think
Wasn't that our fan?
he actually shows up in like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's in Twister. I wrote it down because I was like, I know him from other things. Oh, in Cable Guy. He's
Yeah.
at the karaoke night, the weird dancing guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Love
what's
that
his name,
movie.
Mike?
I don't.
Sean
I have the
Whalen or
notes.
Sean Whalen?
Yes.
No, Sean something, right? I forget his
I'm on
name.
it.
I believe you.
Hey, if we pause, I can really just
Sean
like,
Whalen.
act- Sean
Correct.
Whalen, Yeah.
McMay.
Hey, you got it. I thought like Sean Whalen. We had a little bit of a doubt, but
Yeah.
that's what happens when you doubt your host.
Yeah.
Shit goes sideways.
Sean Whalen. All right.
Sean Whalen.
Nice. I didn't know I'd just pull that out.
But seriously, he's giving crooked cops a bad name.
Seriously. Come on, leave the cops alone.
To
Yeah.
serve and protect.
So, at home, Anton and his dog are hanging out. By the way, his dog Duke,
Awesome.
Great actor.
amazing.
Why
actor.
doesn't he have an Oscar?
Yeah, he should have an Oscar. This dog crushes it.
He's an Oscar Mayer wiener dog.
He looked a lot bigger than we.
But he wasn't a wiener dog.
Just
I just want to say that dog should be rolling around in Oscars because he's
Yeah.
really good.
No, he's
I
a good acting dog.
I think he's better than some of the actors in this movie.
like the cat.
Yeah.
He's a lot better than the cat.
I
Hey.
think so too.
Hey, slow down.
He surpasses Kevin Federline by far.
I love him using the dog as a meat shield as he's going through the hallway.
Yeah.
Which immediately you're just like, does that make Anton unlikable?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because he's kind of like, if this thing has like a gun or a knife, it's going to throw my way. It's going to get my dog first.
They're
So
making-
immediately I'm like, fuck you, Anton.
They're making him out to be a loser, like the worst kind of person. You are not supposed to like him.
There's a
right?
difference
Right.
between being like a layabout and killing your dog.
And hurting that.
Do you see that dog's face?
Yeah.
Can you imagine waking up every day and that dog's just looking down at you like, hey, we're best friends?
Yeah. I would
know?
I would believe it.
I'd be like, take my parents, take my friends,
Don't take my
leave
dog.
me with my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Here on
man.
Frequels, we love animals. We love dogs. We love cats.
Yeah.
Even though EJ seems to got something up his ass about this cat.
Well, his acting is terrible. He looked
Subpar.
more at the camera. He was breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall, EJ, he was making a choice.
That's a weird choice.
Actors make choices. That
Actually,
was his.
You know what? It fits in with Seth Green and what he was saying that everyone else thought they were making a different movie.
Cat was making a film movie, yeah.
yeah,
He
the
was
cat,
making an Italian horror movie. That cat.
Right. He thought this was Ferris Bueller, and he was able to just break the fourth wall.
yeah.
Do his own thing, yeah.
Yeah. So,
So I guarantee you that cat's still alive. So if you're listening, cat, don't you count.
don't count.
Don't you count. That cat's alive, and he's listening, and he's very, very happy that we're talking about him right now.
So
move on.
So Anton and his dog, they're hanging out watching TV, and Anton goes to get up and make a sandwich. So as he's making a sandwich, he sees that his knife is just covered in blood, and he realizes, oh my god, the killer is probably in the house. So he tries to hide with Duke by pushing Duke in front of him at first, but then eventually running upstairs into the bedroom.
And covering himself with a sheet.
Right.
And that dog's acting under the sheet.
It's good acting.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good.
By the way, yeah, Duke steals like every single scene.
Yeah,
in
It
this.
says, right in my notes, you can read it. It says, dog stealing the movie.
Mine
Yeah.
says that dog is awesome.
Anybody else got some good dog notes?
Well, Duke steals every scene he's in.
How about you, asshole?
Woof.
Good job.
Translated. That was great.
He's speaking his language.
Doganese.
Doganese. So Anton then discovers his dead parents, and his friends show up, and Anton shows them the bodies, and then Anton sees that certain clues are actually leading to him being the killer, and then Anton kills Seth Green and his other buddy Foggy Nelson. From Nelson and the Rock.
Hey, so like when he saw his parents dead, did anybody else immediately start thinking about like how little a chance he stood in life?
What do you mean?
Like I'm watching it and I'm like, rent's gonna come up or he's gonna have to pay something and he's fucked.
done. His life's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that kid's not gonna. Even like multiple times during this movie, I was thinking, when was the last time he brushed his teeth?
Probably
Because he
not.
doesn't seem like a guy that brushes his
No,
teeth.
he can't even get dog food.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like yelling. He's like, Mom,
Ma.
get the dog food.
Meatloaf.
That's what I thought too.
Meatloaf.
My head went there too.
Meatloaf.
But anyway, yeah, I'm worried for Anton.
He's not
going
gonna make
forward
it.
in life. But anyway,
Yeah, so he kills Seth Green with a bottle into the head, and he kills Foggy with a saw blade. Then we get where
Unbeknownst
Anton,
to him, though, he doesn't even realize he's doing it, right?
right? Well, yeah,
Well, when it comes time for Seth Green and P-Nub is the other guy's name,
Nub.
so Mick
Yeah.
and P-Nub, he's aware of it then. But there's a couple lines that I'm just like amazed that we missed.
made it to final draft.
So first, the killer was wearing your shirt, and then he says the killer was wearing me. So that's a great one. And then another one is they see ant written in blood on the ground.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
Peanut
that is
says
good.
they were killed by ants. And then Mick says, "Don't be stupid. Do you have an evil ant?"
That
Pure
actually was good. That was good.
writing,
That was that was actually a really funny line.
that was like, Bill, did you finish the script yet? What? He's like, oh, we're gonna start shooting in like 5 minutes. He's like, oh shit, these guys gotta say something. Do you have an evil aunt? Kids will love it.
I love it. I did.
I also like. This is actually a line that I did appreciate. I'm going to call 911. What's the number?
Yes.
That made me laugh.
To be fair, though, his mother barely knew it.
Exactly. Apparently, this area they're not sure.
One.
There's also a moment where Anton professes to hate the news. He says, "I hate that show."
Yeah.
And that made me laugh too because there's like layers to that now.
Yeah.
Referring to the news as a show,
Yeah.
not a source of information.
Right.
No, that made me laugh.
Yes.
Agreed.
I agree.
It is a show, a shit show.
Biting commentary here on Frequels.
So Anton then tosses his cat across the street into Jessica Alba's yard.
And how was that acting for you, EJ? Was that good enough for you?
Well, the stunt double was good.
The
Yeah.
stunt double was good.
Yeah, the Texas switch was pretty great.
And I like how the cat got lift as he went out, and then
Yeah,
A
like
line drive, but
Guys,
he's still...
I'm gonna
it was like a frisbee.
I'm gonna blow your mind right now. I did research
Uh-oh.
on this scene. That cat did his own stunts.
Really?
What?
Up
Kevin Federline?
your ass, EJ. Up your ass.
Oh my
coming-
god, he's
I'm
like
coming
the Tom
around.
Cruise, yeah.
I
And
did
then
put
again,
poor
it says
bones.
great cat acting in my notes. So if it's written down on a piece of paper,
It's true.
it's true.
I did put Poor Bones because that's the cat's name. Poor Bones.
Poor
The
Bones.
dog is awesome and Poor Bones.
Yeah,
Poor
poor
bones.
bones. So Jessica Alba, she finds him outside, Anton, and she's like, "Hey, why don't you come in?" Even though he is all bloody, he's like literally covered head to toe in blood.
He's like tweaking too. That's kind of
Yeah.
like what he looks like.
Right?
Yes.
Like she like sees him at the door. He's covered with blood, and it looks like he's like tweaking.
He
Yeah,
definitely
and
has
she's
to
like-
smell too.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Right.
has to stink.
Yeah,
He
and
looks-
she's just like, yes.
He's 18 hours
Yes.
off of meth.
Yeah.
Come on in.
My note for her is, wow, is she thirsty?
Yeah. So
I also put in her type, possessed by Deadeye.
right. So she flirts with him even though he's erratic as F, right? And then this was clearly written by a guy who never talked to a girl before.
EJ, you're dancing right now with one of my notes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
we're getting close. Go ahead, keep going.
No,
Keep going. I'll
Oh, no, my next one goes into Anton. But, yeah, so Anton goes there, and she's, like, just really throwing it. She's like, wow.
She's not messing around.
Yeah, she's not messing around. And he, like, smacks her butt. She's like, ooh, I like that about you. And I'm like, what? You just got insulted, man.
So, episodes ago, when we did An American Werewolf in Paris, I believe,
Right.
we were talking about whether or not that movie was written by a boy.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah.
This is written by a boy.
By two of them.
Underdeveloped boy wrote this script.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a little bit because I was just like, "This is so juvenile."
Yeah.
He like grabs her butt. And she's like, "Oh wow, I didn't think you had it in you."
Yeah,
You are correct, because the two writers,
Yeah.
the only things they wrote prior to this movie were 2 episodes of Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, like, that tracks.
One of Mighty Morphin and one of Zeo. So
Yeah, so they have probably no experience in writing female characters.
no experience in women.
Yeah, just
Talking to
in
women,
general.
writing for women.
Not even conversations
Just
with
women in general.
Yeah, because even like Vivica Fox, right, who's should be like a little bit more like badass in this movie. They're just like, yeah, we don't know how to really write anything else except she wants to hook up at the end.
Ritualistic sex.
That's how they like write her out of the movie.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like she belongs in her own film.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "What do we do with her? Want to go have sex in the parking lot?" I'm like,
What?
a 14-year-old boy suggested the ending to this character arc.
Yeah.
Question mark.
So then we get where Anton buries his parents and his friends and gives a very moving eulogy. One of the most moving eulogies since Vin Diesel in Fast 7. Which, for those who don't know, not
I'm
only...
up to 5, so if you spoil
Oh,
something.
no. A character dies, and Vin Diesel gives a eulogy in front of a priest who's doing a eulogy.
Get out of the
And I
way.
wish I was making this up, but it's not, like the priest and this guy this character who died, his family's there, but Vin Diesel still feels like he should get up, talking over the priest.
I gotta say
to his
something.
own- yeah. So
It's all about family.
So his friends, he starts to hear them talking, and both Seth Green and Peanut come back, raising out of the dirt. So Anton wakes up the next day. He's freaking out, right? Anton's like, "Oh my god," and he's like, "Whoa, that was a crazy dream." So the next day,
Because he hears the boys talking downstairs.
yeah, but then
Which also, like, your friends are just in your house when you wake up in the morning and you're okay with that?
right, yeah. But then he finds his dead friends in the living room on dead, and I thought it was kind of funny. They're like, "Oh yeah, we saw the bright light and everything, but it was down in like a really long hallway, so we just like didn't do it."
It's time to us.
Yeah,
Also, they put him in bed.
yeah, because they knock him out
the
the night
attic.
before. Yeah, they put him into bed and everything, and I'm like, this friendship is unbalanced.
Yeah, it's very toxic.
Because it's not like Seth Green took Anton up there by himself.
Yeah.
Because Seth Green is as big as that guy's head.
Yeah.
So like this guy without a head had to
to lift him up,
help bring him upstairs.
Okay, so first off, it was a big mistake not to film that.
yeah.
The comedy that would have ensued,
Like
Yes.
dropping him down the steps a couple times, like
Yeah.
off the ladder.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have loved that movie more than the one we got.
Yeah.
Vince, I have another note for you. Question.
Here we go.
Vince,
Yeah.
in your youth,
Yes.
did you smoke nutmeg?
No, the weirdest thing, there used to be a magazine called High Times, and in the back of High Times, you could buy, like, whatever they would legally sell as marijuana, and we got that one time, and I got violently sick.
Delta 9.
So, yeah, it was something along those lines, like kratom or some shit like that. But yeah, it looked like weed.
Something
but
that was like inside of a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it was not good.
No.
I have two things to say about the weed smoking in this. Not weed smoking, nutmeg. If this is your first time smoking nutmeg or oregano,
Oregano.
who would take that huge of a hit? No one. I know he's stupid.
No, he is that
stoner
stupid. Yeah, he's
that's
stupid.
crazy.
Did you think he needed to ease himself into
100%.
smoking?
I got like,
Right.
if I'm trying a new
Nutmeg.
strain, I'm like, okay, what's that? Oh, okay, yeah. But
And also not to mention the fact that he used a piece of paper to roll it up. Like
ticket.
he used a ticket.
Yeah, he uses ticket.
Yeah, don't ever use a piece of paper to smoke anything.
fine.
So back to my theory that this movie was written by a 14-year-old boy.
Right.
also, the inhaler would not be a good smoking. There's
No screen.
no
How
screen.
you get, yeah.
And it's only this big.
EJ,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of information on this.
You guys should have wrote this movie.
We should have. We could have wrote.
I
Yeah,
have-
you
I have
probably
ideas.
could.
They actually
Yeah.
had like fake names on this movie. It was actually they actually wrote it.
Is it in the can, or can we still like give some notes?
Give notes to these people? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
give notes.
I think it's locked. I think.
Okay.
yeah.
Right,
So Anton's neighbor, played by Jack Noseworthy from
Bear.
Baby Bear from Event Horizon. Awesome actor. He still acts. I was like after seeing him pop up in this, I went, oh, I forgot he was in this. And then I like looked up his career, and I'm like,
He was in a lot of shows that you watched.
yeah, he was in a ton of stuff. And
I'm assuming CW, UPN, and things like that.
a
Puppy
lot of like
shows.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
I like in a lot of
Well,
like
to be fair, fucking everybody was.
everybody,
spending
who
long
hasn't done Law and Order.
I actually shot an episode before I came here today.
Can't wait, man.
Almost
Let me
guy
guess.
number 2.
Yeah. I actually lost out on the homeless role.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm Guy in Subway.
I was the guy that was jogging in the park, and then I found a
that
dead
was
body.
you.
Yeah, that was me.
You know what? I didn't like that you looked right into the camera.
Yeah. You know,
saw
one of
that
my
somewhere.
favorite things about Law and Order is that the police go to investigate like something, right? And they'll go up to a guy, and he just never stops doing his job. He's always like
lifting
putting
crates?
Yeah, he's like loading
that's-
crates.
Did you ever see that? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So there's an episode where Mac kills his dad, and Charlie thinks he's a lawyer, and they go to like this seaside thing, and Charlie goes, "Yeah, don't stop what you're doing. They never do in the shows." No, keep on moving that box, sir.
Keep on going.
Keep on going.
Just keep at it. So Anton's neighbor, played by Jack Noseworthy, is trying to pick up on a chick who's at this like memorial, and which is actually hilarious. This character, Randy, is probably another character that I was like, I wish this character was in it more.
Not only back
Right?
to it, Randy was in his own fucking movie
Yeah,
where he's
again,
just a badass. Fixing cars, banging chicks.
yeah, yeah, it's so good.
In my notes, it says Randy seems like he would have been appealing during a certain period of time. When? I couldn't tell you.
When? Early 90s.
Well, yeah, like he almost feels like a Metallica,
He
Ride
looks-
the Lightning era.
That, and he
guy.
looks like the type of guy that would go to a Poison concert but never go inside, just buy drugs in the parking lot and then go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just buy a couple whippets and then bounce out of there.
like a parasite.
Yes.
Have you met these guys?
I partied with them. I know
Vince
them.
has actually never been to a concert. He's just always in the parking lot.
Just in the parking
Holy
lot.
cow, there's stuff that happens in there?
What's going on in there?
Sounds like
It's loud.
sounds loud in there. I don't think anyone's enjoying themselves.
I'm gonna stay out here. So
Hey, you kids want drugs? I got some nutmeg for you.
So Anton goes up to him. He's like, "Hey, man, you listen to devil-like music. Can you help me out?" And he's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So then even Anton goes as far as like sneaking into the fast food restaurant where we see Tom DeLonge for like 1 second.
And I think we also see Kyle Gass. I'm
Yes.
not sure.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
we see Kyle Gass, and then we see
From
Tom
Tenacious
DeLonge.
D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame on them for not drawing more attention.
Oh my God, he should have had a line or something.
Yeah, because he's a legend.
yeah.
In the manager is also a character actor that shows up in everything too. He was in Twister, Drive Away Dolls, Hollow Man.
Yeah,
Joey Slotnick.
yeah, Joey Slotnick. He was in Nip Tuck and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, he was just in Drive Away Dolls. Did you see that?
Not yet.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool. So he goes in. He's like, yeah, can you give me advice? He's like, man, I don't know. Idle hands are the devil's playground. And he's like, thank you so much. And he's like, yeah, just
Vague, but
keep your
helpful.
hands busy. And Anton's like, this is sound advice. Let me get a pen and write all this down.
Well, short-term memory is not so good.
Right, that's true. So
jot that
Anton
down.
takes up knitting, and he's watching Rob Zombie videos.
Which is can we just
awesome.
talk about that music video for a sec, Vince?
Yes.
How awesome is that music video?
Awesome.
It's just the coolest fucking
Yeah.
thing. I saw that when I was like 14 years old, and I'm like, the possibilities of this life are endless. You know?
Gave you hope.
Dragula.
Yeah, it made me just
Yeah.
kind of be like, I don't just have to exist in this life. I can care about things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes you feel things.
Yeah.
Dragula is
Rob Zombie's a badass.
awesome song.
Wait, when are we going to do a Rob Zombie movie? Eventually, right?
Oh.
Next on Frequent.
Yeah.
I'd like to come back for that. Any of them.
Yeah. He's at the very least, I think we'd have like an interesting conversation about one of his movies.
I'd like to see the first one
yeah.
that he did. Or-
House of a Thousand Corpses. You
Yeah.
haven't seen that yet?
Why would I have seen that?
You haven't
Have you
seen
met
any
me?
of his movies,
No,
right?
nothing.
Oh my god.
31. Oh,
No,
man.
didn't he
my
do it?
gosh.
Did he do a Chucky? No, he didn't. No, I'm
He
thinking
did 2 Halloweens.
he did 2 Halloweens. That's it.
You know what? The way Chucky talks, he'd be perfect for it.
I know. Actually, like Rob Zombie's Chucky probably would make sense.
Except I think the stitched up doll face has already been done. So
Yeah, that's true.
And we got Tiffany is already cast. You know, like,
Yeah. Oh
Jennifer-
yeah. 'Cause he can't cast Sherry Moon.
Hey, for the
That's
record, everyone's real hard on Sherry Moon Zombie. I don't get it.
oh, I love her.
I do too.
This was not
Yeah.
this. I'm just.
I know.
making the
I
comment that
didn't read it
she
as
is
such,
the head.
but
Yeah.
I know like recently when she did like the Munsters,
Yeah.
everyone was like real hard on her, and I watched that movie. I thought she was like a joy to watch.
I thought she was awesome. I was thinking if I was a kid, especially like a young actress or something, right? And I saw that performance, I would be so like I'd try and do impressions of that performance
Yeah.
because it was so good.
And the other thing that bugs me about people is that they're always like talking about how like shitty men can be in Hollywood. And like they're always just giving Rob Zombie crap for putting her in a movie. Like the guy like loves her so
life,
much. He's just
yeah.
amazed by her. He was like talking her up at the concert that we went to. Like, talking about like he's like, oh, beautiful people come from her. And I don't know. Like I think she's great.
And
I
also,
think he's
directors
great.
always do that. Christopher Nolan works with a group of people. Martin Scorsese, like,
Yeah.
it's not weird that happens, and she's
Right.
in every one of his movies.
But everyone's always giving them crap, and I
Nepotism.
just don't agree with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Has Tim
I
Burton
agree.
made a movie without Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
They
Oh
married.
yeah.
like 2, but yeah.
Yeah. So as he's knitting away, these 2 cops come back and they notice that there's 2 dead bodies sitting next to him because they kind of like peep in the
That's
window.
so funny. What they think they see is so funny. Because he's just like smiling and knitting.
He's,
and
like,
just
knitting.
like one guy's holding his head.
It's like a decapitated
So
body
good.
sitting
Yeah,
next
I had
to
to
him.
pause for a second to laugh at that. That's a really, really funny visual.
Yes. And so they go in and they plan on arresting Anton. He's like, yeah, go ahead.
He's
But
just
he
knitting away
doesn't
furiously.
stop knitting. And so he's like, the needles keep going. And they're like, put the needles down, man. Put the needles down. He's like, just put the handcuffs on me. I don't want to stop.
Someone puts a needle down.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Rob Zombie. Because
Oh,
that fucking scene's awesome.
Yeah. So we see where Anton stabs one of the cops.
Right through the head. Right
Yeah.
through the
Through
awesome.
the ears.
Using-
It's like perfect.
Yeah, it was like whoop right through the head, and then the other one gets tased in the face, and like it basically almost setting on fire, like his face.
Because those things do that.
Yeah, you know it happens.
In movies, they do.
And
Don't
they do.
tase me, bro.
So there's a line that Peanut says, "Go go Buffalo," as they're getting killed.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was a reference from the movie. So I was like, is that from something else? So what I could find, I do not know if it's true. It's the internet. But
No, it's probably true.
apparently
It's on the internet.
they were originally written as they were the mascot at high school, and they were the head of a buffalo,
Buffalo?
and the head in the back, and that's why they're so close.
Oh.
And he was making fun of them, like "Go go Buffalo" because they were the mascot.
Oh, so like they didn't think to include that into their finished film.
Yeah.
So they took away all the context of the joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great filmmaking.
But the joke made it.
Yeah. The setup, no. The payoff, we'll use it.
Wait,
We'll use it.
isn't there a line of like when what's his name's at the memorial for the two guys after they're dead, and he was like, yeah, one time they asked me out on a date, and I told them to go suck each other.
A double date.
They asked me out on a double date, and I said you should go suck each other's dicks.
And that's when
to go
Randy
blow
said,
each other.
Blow each other, something like that.
A really funny way to phrase that.
Yeah.
And then she's crying as she's saying it.
and that's Randy's in to say, you must feel really guilty about that. We should go talk about it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
you know what his life led to.
Yeah.
grief is a hell of an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
what
He's actually like probably the biggest villain in this movie.
That's where they
Randy's
based
like
Wedding Crashers off of. Because
Yeah.
then Will Ferrell's character, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I was crashing funerals. If you want to come with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
They got it from Idle Hands.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this was like the people who made Wedding Crashers. This was like the Mona Lisa giving
Yeah.
inspiration.
Exactly.
Like,
If
They're
the
like,
we
Mona
gotta use
Lisa
this.
I can write something off.
was
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna make that Mona Lisa frown. Jesus.
the
Okay.
B-sides of Mona Lisa smiles.
Yeah. What can I do that's different? So Anton decides he needs to chop off his hand to stop it from doing its evil deeds. But it
he
turns
comes
out...
to that real quick.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
can we just talk about, like, I don't think he's a great actor, like, as far as, like, things that we've seen, but his hand acting is phenomenal.
His physical comedy.
That's what I
is
mean.
Great.
Is off the
Yeah.
charts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you watch this, you believe that the hand is another character. Like
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he plays it awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love him in general as an actor. You know,
Yeah.
even his brief cameo in Casper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's
I-
the boyfriend or whatever the guy.
Yeah, he's
Did you
Casper.
ever see LC Punk?
That's
Like when
awesome.
Casper
I
turns
thought,
in.
I thought he was the guy that Christina Ricci liked.
No, do you
he's
remember
Casper
like
in
when
boy
Casper
form.
becomes a
Yeah,
kid
at
for
the
like
dance, yeah.
that's Devin Sawa.
That's him?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
He was also in Little Giants.
Yes, he was. He was the handsome boy.
He's handsome boy.
Wow.
That gets...
He's in Final Destination.
Yeah.
Now and Then.
Now and
Remember
then.
that movie?
Yeah.
The
Childhood actor.
Fanatic.
The Fanatic with
Which-
John Travolta.
Yeah, which was a
Oh,
Fred
yeah.
Durst movie.
A Fred
Oh.
Durst.
What now? Isn't the tagline for the Fanatic "the less said, the better"?
Maybe. And also, he's now on the TV show Chucky.
Yeah.
And he's
Playing multiple characters.
Yeah, like playing multiple characters.
I think
in that.
he's great on that show.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like him.
I do too. So
And
Anton,
Chucky's a good show if anyone wants to
Oh, yeah.
check
Yeah.
that shit out.
yeah,
Nope, not gonna.
Just to have this time with Brad Dourif just keeps
Yes.
coming back to that doll and just
keep it.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So he decides he's going to cut off his hand, but it turns out to be a really bad move on his part because now it is loose to do whatever it wants. So Anton captures it into the microwave and he tries nuking it, and then he's like, "Oh crap!" Because Molly shows up at the door and she's looking to go to the dance with him,
Which he forgot.
which he totally
He's,
forgot.
to be fair, he's got some shit going on.
Yeah. And so he tries to tell her, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll meet you there. I made a whole mess out of my kitchen, and my parents are going to freak
With
out
my costume.
because of my costume and stuff."
So, EJ, just real quick, I have to ask you this question.
Yes.
So, he made a big mistake putting the hand inside the microwave, right?
Right.
What's the proper thing to do to capture a possessed hand?
Well, first off, you have to get a knife, right?
Okay,
And you're going to stab it into your floor.
I got you.
Yes. And
To
then
keep it from moving.
get a chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to lob your own hand off.
Exactly. And then what?
Yeah. And then you're going to go, "Who's laughing now?"
And then
then
you get a bucket,
a bucket.
you put it over it, and then what do you put on top?
You.
No. You're missing it.
Oh,
A
what?
copy of Farewell to Arms.
Yeah. That's right.
Is this?
That's an Evil Dead 2 joke, and it was a
I was
long
gonna
way to
say,
get
is
there.
this- Is that a
I
reference
was
to something?
almost. I was like, "What?" Because I remember. All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I was with you. I got
you
most
weren't.
of it.
You were feeling around in the dark the entire time.
Yeah, I was.
It's okay.
Even quoting it.
You know, I was in my notes. I had EJ's gonna really like this, and he
And I fucked it up.
He did.
You know what? And I didn't like it.
You know, I thought you were gonna like the cat acting, my Evil Dead reference, and Jesus Christ,
So his friends.
what a show!
So his friends make burritos, and when they throw the burritos into the microwave, they let out the hand, and it jumps through the window.
So it has the capacity to burst through a window, probably 50 yards through the window and out, but it can't
That's
open a
correct.
fucking microwave door.
Safety glass or whatever that is.
Is that a
Yeah.
thing? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The hand in the microwave when he turns the microwave on, by the way, and like the blood just starts shooting out. I've always thought that was cool.
Cool
Yeah.
practical
It's
effect.
really cool.
Yeah.
Great acting from that hand.
The hand
Yeah.
is so good.
It's the same hand from Addams Family.
Yeah, I was just
same
gonna
actor.
bring that up. Yeah, the same guy who did the hand in
Yeah.
the Addams
Wait, are
Family
you shitting
movies.
me, or is that an actual thing?
That's
an
actual. That's
fact?
true.
It's a
Alright, cool.
magician.
Yeah, and so yeah, all the loose hand
Nice.
scenes. That's the thing.
Played by Cool Hand Luke.
Oh my god, go home.
Yes.
I'm gonna go home.
Yes. So meanwhile,
Wait. So they get the burritos from the house, and then they go over, and one of my favorite lines from the movie, he was like, "Should we clean it first?" And he goes, and Seth Green's character goes, "Why don't we clean the whole fucking house while we're at it?" And just the way he delivered it was like, "That's so good."
that's so good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Why don't we just clean the whole fucking house while we're at it?
No, I was watching that movie. I just kept thinking to myself, I wish you two were my dead friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Which one would you want to cut head off?
Oh,
Well, that's-
I would be me.
Well, I've
right?
seen a drawing of you holding your own head.
Yes.
Was it cute?
Where
True.
in the diary under my bed.
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't aware of that. Moving on. Oh.
So meanwhile, woof. Blint your diary. Woof. So meanwhile, at the bowling alley, Vivica Fox is on the lookout for the idle hand, and Jack Noseworthy / Randy spots her, and he's kind of like, "Oh wow, look at this chick." So he's then trying to hit on her, and she then lets out her whole history, her whole backstory, and how she's trying to like look for this idle hand.
What are the odds of those two getting
Right.
together? I
And
mean,
he's
really.
like, "Oh, weirdly enough,
That's weird that you said that.
my
because
neighbor."
You're
down
not going to
the
believe this.
streets. You're not going to believe this. He was just talking about his
his
weird
hand.
hand.
Yeah.
You guys
Who'da
have
thought?
so much in common.
So
Yeah.
so convenient.
It is
Yeah.
kind of funny though that like her character probably would feel the need to do something like that because she's just by herself going around the country.
Yeah.
So like having a moment to connect with somebody, she probably would just be like, "This is everything about me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you running away, Randy? Of course not. You're too busy planting a roofie.
Yeah.
Also seems like the type of gal and the type of guy that would hang out at a bowling alley.
They sure would.
Yeah, they would.
That was her leisure time
Yeah,
in the
that
middle
was-
of her investigation
Yeah,
for
whatever
this
happened to
possessed
bowling? Bowling
hand.
was
Yeah,
cool.
why was she at the
Yeah.
bowling alley?
Well, I was
That's
thinking
her
about
thing,
that,
man.
like idle hands.
one of
She
the
knows it's a
murders
hand
was-
thing, and in bowling, you use your hands.
But like
Yeah.
it's like a murderer's hand. It's not like trying to like
yeah,
not a
you know,
leisure
We don't
hand.
know what the other
It's
we don't know what the
form.
other murders were like. Maybe there was a theme of bowling balls.
It's working on its form, guys. You just don't understand how hard it is
Wait, what
to
if-
get a perfect game.
What if that was the evil plan? Was it just for that thing to fulfill its dream of being on a bowling team?
Oh.
You
And he
know?
just couldn't
Yeah.
do it. He just,
Yeah, he just couldn't. That's
the
why he's
ball
killing
of destiny.
people.
Just it's the movie writes itself.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. What if like Anton the entire time the hand's like struggling, it's flipping out, it's dragging him places. It's just trying to get him
to
to
the
a
bowling
bowling
alley,
alley because it just wants to bowl.
That's
Kingpin.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's that guy's hand?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a prequel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know where the other murders happened.
One of the murders was at this bowling alley, and that's why she's there.
That's true. The barmaid, which I love that they give that character the barmaid at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
It was
the
one of the
barmaid.
four.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
I'm
I forgot.
pretty
I didn't
sure.
connect
Yeah.
that. That's true.
I'm pretty sure the hand just wants to be on a bowling team.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
That
go with
makes,
that.
that makes more sense than your shitty idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay.
whatever, man. Yeah, solidarity, I guess. Whatever. So they track him down, and like Vivica Fox and Randy track down Anton, and as she's running towards the truck, she gets hit. Like, they back up the truck and they knock her out.
She gets fucking launched.
Yeah. And she's alive. She's okay. But they drive off to the dance. Now, this is Vince's favorite band. The Hand comes across a couple of Kiss fans. Your favorite band, right?
I do not like them.
Yeah, why?
You don't like Kiss?
I like a handful of songs. Other than that, I don't think they're good musicians, but I do 100% respect what Gene Simmons was able to do as far as
with his tongue.
With his tongue first. Oh yeah. Let's not go there. But like just the way he was
Maybe we
able
should.
to merchandise and commercialize his band into one of the biggest powerhouses of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kiss is known around the world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That scene, you know that producer smoking a cigar that we always talk about?
All right, well, here we go.
Get the Hand to molest the girl.
Well, so that was the scene when I went with my mom as an 11-year-old. That
So
when
I-
that came in, my mom was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Not looking."
Yeah.
Boobs.
I have a 12-year-old daughter. I could not. She would be mortified if I took her to a movie and that happened. I could not imagine the awkwardness.
Well, Disney's gotten weird. You know what I'm saying?
Me and my dad, when we watched it, we high-fived. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You see those titties? Yeah, son.
Yes.
yeah,
Have
Dad.
a beer.
Yes. So now... Yes.
I love boobs.
Thanks, Dad. So, and by the way, this is probably one of my favorite Kiss songs. It's a Ace Frehley solo, which is Back in the New York Groove. I love that song.
Back on the New York Groove.
That
That's one
song's
of my
kind of
s-
awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
I hate Kiss, and I think they're terrible. I just think they have only a handful of good songs.
You ever see the movie Detroit Rock City?
Detroit Rock City? I just don't think all of their songs are great.
Well, most bands don't
they're-
have all great songs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not all bands have the song Detroit Rock City,
Okay,
which is
right.
awesome.
But then
Yeah.
then here's what I'll say. A little overrated. That's all I'll say. Is that fair? Can I get away with that or no?
You're going to have to keep trying.
I also think
Not
Beat-
acceptable.
To be fair, I also think the Beatles are overrated. But like, we
Go
don't
to
have.
hell, Vince.
That's-
You go straight to hell.
I'm going to say this to you right
you.
now. That's not a good hill to die on.
What? The Beatles are overrated? We don't. No, we don't have the time. Go back to the movie.
Okay, so...
When you have 4 members who are awesome just on their own,
Yeah.
that's not overrated. That's like a godsend.
They were together for like 10 years, and they accomplished so much.
Everything you can accomplish
How
as a
could they be,
band.
like, overrated?
I don't think they were together for 10 years. I think they were only together for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it was
was
actually
short.
less
It was
than
like-
10 years.
It was
yeah.
like
Brief.
It was like
a brief
64
love
to
affair with
70.
music. Yeah.
And then
I'm just saying they've been. Why are you guys doing this to me?
Because you know what? Listeners at home heard you say that and they're like, grill them.
It's just
get them.
they're essentially given the honor of inventing rock and roll.
No.
Well,
No.
people think that the Beatles are the end all be all of music. Like, it's just, I don't think they're that good. They're great. Again, a lot of great songs. John Lennon. I can't win with you guys. I'm sorry. I don't have enough time to explain.
Just real quick, and then we'll move on. I have a weird obsession with the Beatles in general.
Yes.
And George Harrison, that All Things Must Pass album
Yes.
is one of the greatest fucking things ever.
George, I think the Beatles were better when they weren't the Beatles. Like, I think they came out with some. Oh my god! See that? I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road.
Fuck you.
The White Album. The White Album.
EJ, give him a good one.
Fuck you, Vince.
There we go.
Moving on. Moving on.
So at the dance,
By the way, cool looking dance, by the way.
yeah,
Right?
the window,
Yeah, with the pumpkin.
yeah, amazing.
By the way,
looked
my
awesome.
cat's name is Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
Shout out. And that looked awesome. But even like the way the whole gymnasium is just decorated, I was like, oh my god, that's like
it's a cool
outstanding
shot.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Yeah.
Do you know
Says
what else?
cool ass Halloween party, in my notes.
Yeah.
You know what else? What other movie that Jim is in?
No.
Detroit Rock City, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That sounds about right. That
And
tracks.
you really see it.
Like the prom episode?
Yeah, not the episode, the movie.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah, so at
Okay.
the dance where they're all breaking through the window, they're putting the tables up on. So you could see it later, or it might be in a deleted scene where they're running out of the gym, and it's the same entrance.
Shut up. That's so cool. That's like one of my favorite
Yeah,
movies.
that's a movie we geek out about.
Yeah.
We hate you guys.
We hate you guys.
You know that town is also from another movie too. They filmed in the same town as another movie that you guys like.
Oh, yeah, Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't notice it's like the same neighborhood.
Yeah, it's the same.
The original Halloween, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No. Oh, dude. Never saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Hates the Beatles.
Yeah.
Was Paul Rubens in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
He's
remember that
incredible.
scene where he dies.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
David Arquette's in it.
Yeah,
Luke
David
Perry?
Arquette. Yeah.
I'd do
Let
that.
me
Let's
in.
watch that.
Can we?
Yeah,
Why have
we
we
got
done
to.
Buffy
Yeah.
the
I know
Vampire
Ella's going to be like,
I was gonna
gotta
say
get
I
in
know
on
somebody
that.
that like is diehard Buffy, and they would be okay. Good, let's go.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Hey, Elle. You're not on that episode.
You're floating.
You're floating.
I'm hungry, Pike. Come on, let me in.
But seriously, Elle, you should come
Yes.
to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It'd be
And-
fun.
Why does
So-
she like vampires or something?
Yeah.
He's aware of them, I've heard.
So at the dance, they get the Offspring to be their band.
I mean, how do you book that?
Yeah, who booked
What
this?
what
prom?
kid is dying of cancer in that high school where they got the Offspring?
Noodles went there.
How did they get?
Wait,
the
are you
Offspring?
Are you saying that was like a Make-A-Wish Foundation request?
100%.
That was like, how do you get the Offspring?
Oh,
I'm delighted that you like that so much.
that just warmed me up.
Okay.
So, and the thing about the Offspring,
His name
they're
was
not
Timmy.
even playing their original music. They're
playing
playing
the
the
Ramones.
Ramones.
Which awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Great cover too.
The
They do have an original song in this.
The
though.
second song.
It's called Beheaded.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Did they write that? Do you know? I think they wrote that for this, or was that on an album?
Oh, I don't know if they wrote it specifically for this. I don't know
Okay.
that for sure.
Yeah. So the hand then takes out the principal, who is calling a sex line.
Which I just think is so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because at first you're like,
And
he's
who-
like, oh, what do you mean it's not working? My credit card's fine. And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, here we go.
So, real funny thing when I was watching that scene last night, I forgot that he was calling
A sex line?
A sex line, yeah. So I thought for a second that we were going to overhear his marriage falling apart. And I was like, that's really funny.
Yeah.
And then they went with the sex line, and I'm like, almost as funny.
Almost
It's still acceptable. And here's the thing, though. Whatever's going on at school, they must be rolling in money because they can book the Offspring, and that
Well,
guy
that's what-
still
I was
has
just
money
gonna
to
make
do
that
sex
joke.
calls.
I was like, his credit cards weren't working because he booked the fucking Offspring.
Man, they must have had a hell of a bake sale.
Yeah. Jesus. So Vivica Fox, she shows up and she finds Anton and tries to take him out with this special dagger that she has. Which was like,
Cool little dagger.
yeah.
Yeah.
it looks
Kandarian,
awesome.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it does look very good. It actually does look
Is that a
like the
joke
dagger
that- is that
from
a-
Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second Evil Dead joke.
Again, over my head.
Well, we're gonna watch that.
Yeah. But he reveals, he's like, oh no, I lobbed it off. So they're like, oh great, now we have to find this hand, like this loose hand. So they're all looking
should be
around the
easy.
dance. Yeah. And at the dance, the hand it starts to kill everybody. It's wreaking havoc. And the lead singer of the Offspring and a bunch of other kids just get...
Anton hops on the stage and was like, "Everybody, get out of here!
Yeah.
My evil hand is on the loose. Is going to kill everyone." And then the Offspring.
Yeah, Dexter.
Dexter.
Tries to get him off the stage, and that's when the hand pops onto his head and just like pretty much scalps him. Yeah, it's an awesome
His
death
large,
scene.
beautiful brain. Do you know he has a PhD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microbiology or something?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Some people get it all.
The singer from The Offspring getting scalped was fantastic.
Great death.
Do you know who said that? Their harshest critic.
Oh. And so Jessica Alba and her friend are trying to escape in the vents, and not far behind is a hand who ends up killing her friend by pulling her into the ventilation fan.
But not before she gives a performance
Stellar
that's
performance.
Oh my god, the girl and the devil?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, you explain this because
Yeah.
when she's like crying about how she's like, oh my god, it's gonna kill me. Her performance, not quite a 10. It's somewhere above that. It's peaking. In sound language, it's peaking, right?
Yeah.
It's in the red.
She's doing it for the back row.
She's playing for the back row. And the
the
back
back row.
row's like, bring it down.
Not
Please.
so much.
Yeah, we hear you.
You're fine.
You're good. No, but compared to Jessica Alba's acting in this, now don't get me wrong.
Jessica Alba was acting in this.
Yeah,
She gave it a shot.
This has to be her first movie, right? I
Maybe something before this, but yeah, probably. It was
'Cause,
definitely
I
one of
was
the
like,
first ones. This definitely introduced her. If she was in something else, no one cared until
Yeah,
this.
because I was gonna say by the time she got to like Fantastic Four, which I actually think she's awesome in.
I love the original Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
Yes.
with
Chris
her-
Evans.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think she's great.
I love the Silver Surfer too.
So watching this, I was like, well, she
happened?
definitely worked on her.
she was a child in this movie.
Well, that's true. She was what, like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
And
But-
she did Dark Angel after
Yeah.
this, before Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
It was a show.
Yeah.
There's just before we move past it, when the friends right before she gets killed, she starts like freaking out, and she's like, "No one's gonna find us, and the rats are gonna eat us." And I
then we
just
get-
wrote, "Rats, you say? Can we see these rats you speak of?" Because the mouse and rat representation in this film is abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to
agree.
have seen at least one of these mice.
Some of these
Mices.
you have to the studios have to arrange. So some movies get mice actors. That we had a fantastic dog and feline. So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't it's
Yeah.
too much.
I mean, Duke. We got Duke in this.
Duke was awesome.
And-
Bones.
Yeah, he was like the Humphrey Bogart of dog actors. You know?
Yeah, man, I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
He was there.
He was there. He was there.
He was
Like,
there.
There. So Anton and the guys find Jessica Alba in the auto shop.
Wait,
and-
are we? Did we get to the death yet? Because the death of the girl was awesome.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
So she pokes through. They're at this exhaust fan,
Yeah.
and the fan is spinning, and they can go through the fan, but they have to stop it. So she takes off her shoe and she jams it in the fan to stop it. She kicks the thing out, and then I love the scene of the hand just
Yeah.
tapping on the shoe, just like waiting patiently to
Yeah.
get the right time to kill her. And I thought that was a great death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
As far as deaths go, I enjoy
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah.
in the
hand
auto
wrap.
shop, Jessica Alba is chained up to like a car, and
The way that the boys that wrote that wanted it all along. This whole
Of
movie
course.
was for
Well,
this scene.
that was the second way they wanted it. There's a deleted scene that I could tell you about after that too.
oh okay
Oh,
yeah. So
ooh.
the
I'm
she's
gonna
on
have to
top
borrow
of the
that
car.
DVD. Anyway.
Yeah. She's on top of the car and it's raising towards the roof, about to crush her. And so the guys have to rally together and save her.
Stop the hand.
And stop this hand from crushing her. So they get a giant
Bong?
Carburetor bong, Mighty Joe bong.
Mighty Joe Bong.
Yeah. And
Great name for a band too, by the way.
Oh, that
Band
is
name
good.
called it.
Yeah. And so Anton takes a huge hit, but he blows it into the sock puppet.
Which
And-
terrified me.
Puppets are always scary.
By the
He
way,
gets it.
I think it's shocking that at the very least you and I didn't talk about how fucking funny it is that hand went inside of that puppet that's face changes.
Yeah.
Yes.
After he gets high?
Yeah.
That's comic genius.
Twice because it gets angry and then stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I find the fact that it's inside of a puppet to be like a chef's kiss.
Yeah, I actually really
It
enjoyed
made me laugh very hard. I was
And-
like, oh, this movie has a puppet in it.
Well, they had like a classroom full of puppets, and I'm like, "This is high school, right?
It's art class.
What is going on?" I was like, "That's something you
thing.
wouldn't find in
So
high
that's
school.
another movie they were making within this movie.
Yes,
Right.
that's a hand movie. That's a different puppet movie.
Yeah.
But Alex gets the hand super stoned that it falls out and is losing its mind.
I've been there.
And
Same.
Yeah, I put in my notes, I'm like, Mighty Joe Bong. Vince, your thoughts?
Would love to.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And the one from the beginning with the boobs, the porcelain boobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Any of them. I'm like, you can take a hit out of his inhaler too. I'll give that a
I was going to say, I feel like after seeing this movie, you're suddenly going to come down with some asthma.
All right, so there used to be this shoe company. It's called Shasha, and I bought a pair of shoes that you could take out the insole, and underneath there's like a little trap door that you could hide shit in, and I had those shoes. It's weird. I don't know. That's how addicted I am. Anyway, keep moving on. Keep on going.
The day Freakles
Yeah.
became a group meeting.
Fentanyl, Coke bags,
I had everything.
Yeah.
It was
Anything
like
you want to keep cold, Tommy?
It's like a CVS
Anything
store
about
down
it,
there. So, anyways, they the hand's about to jump and attack Alex, and that's when Vivica Fox saves the day, throwing the dagger into the hand, which sticks to Seth Green, and the hand just kind of poofs out of existence.
And what a great line.
like
Yeah.
I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah, I thought there
It's
would be
just
like
so unsettling.
fire, explosions, and
That's what all the viewers in the movie theater
Yes.
thought of the film.
So underwhelming.
So that's the deleted scene. The reason we got that scene where it's the flashbulb sound is because the comedy played better, so they reshot to that. The original scene, Jessica Alba goes, when she's trying to escape, she goes into the school pool,
Oh, okay.
and the hand gets her and brings her up on the diving board, as you do. Then Anton comes in, Vivica Fox and Randy come in, and all of a sudden the tiles, the pool starts emptying and breaking, and the portal to hell opens. There's hands that come out of the wall and I'm grabbing them. Anton goes up, tries to save Jessica Alba, and Vivica Fox throws the dagger up, and he catches it really nicely with his left hand and stabs the hand.
I was going to say that
Hellfire, everything.
that should have been the ending, because it should have been Anton who stopped the
Killed
hand.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, as it stands, what's her name?
Vivica Fox.
Debbie.
Her character's name. It's
Debbie.
Vivica.
Debbie. She literally shows up to resolve the movie, and then she leaves. But it wasn't
For ritualistic
for her.
sex.
For ritualistic sex. That should have been Anton.
Right.
Moment, as like your because he starts to make a change, because he's kind of like a deadbeat scumbag loser in the beginning of the film, and then as the movie starts to unfold, you see him starting to take charge of his life
And become a hero.
yeah,
not use
and
his
so the
dog as a
moment
meat
is
shield.
he catches the dagger, and then he stops the hand.
He has the resolution.
Yeah, she shows up, this character who's just nothing to the story.
Oh,
She's in her own film.
and the big saving grace of him. So he still, because the end when he's in the hospital is still plays even after the deleted scene. So he needs to sacrifice himself, because even though the hand is burning and going to hell, Debbie is still like, it's not done. It still needs a sacrifice, and he's like, I'm the hero. So he goes to jump into the portal of hell, and the hand burns out in the meantime. So he falls and breaks all of his bones at the bottom of the empty pool.
And that's why.
That's a
God,
better-
Why wouldn't you do that?
didn't they do that?
Oh, I know what happened. Guys, we ran out of money.
But
They shot it.
They shot it?
They shot it. It's a deleted scene.
It's
You
an
can look it
actual
up.
scene.
It didn't. It
They
didn't.
chose
play.
against it. He's
It's a-
actually angry.
So wait a minute.
They had a choice.
Awesome. I
They
mean, in
thought
my
it was
head,
too
my
big.
imagination was running wild. That sounded awesome. They went with the one room
It was
garage.
too big, they said, because this was the only scene that they brought in all these special effects, the portal of hell, all this stuff, the hand burning. It was too over the top, and it played too big.
It wouldn't have looked like it was in this part
It
of
was
this
a different movie.
Really?
Why
'Cause
not?
that's
It's like 5 movies in this one movie anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
That's
It's on YouTube. They
crazy.
have the
You
full
see
scene.
that ending?
Yeah, it's
Oh
also
my
on the
God.
special features of the disc, which I could let any of you borrow.
Release the idle cut.
Yeah, release that cut.
Jeepers.
Why
Jeez.
wouldn't they? You
Yeah,
think that
like,
they would.
what the hell?
I guess
Oh,
they did with that.
oh,
I,
and by
I
the
did
way,
read the test to audiences, like Seth Green talked about this, that they wanted pot, like the whole like pot to save the day kind of storyline. Whoever their test audience was like more Jessica
15,
Alba.
16-year-old boys, yeah.
Yeah, more Jessica Alba.
Naked.
Near nude or whatever.
Yeah.
And more pot.
I don't
And
like
so-
that end scene was
So, I don't know.
that end scene.
So, like, who was their audience? Was it like a Megan's Law support group?
Probably.
Like,
I
no,
have
seriously,
no idea.
because even like that part where like he reaches up and he like pulls her dress off, I'm just kind of like, well, that was
That was
unnecessary.
necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when they're down making out underneath the thing, and she's like, you could see everything on my VHS. It was like constantly would never play because I don't know what happened. It was like all stretched out and whatnot.
All the tension being put on that
Yeah.
pause.
Oh, you got a bad tape, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think that's it.
I went through like 3 or 4 of them, and it just kept on happening.
Why is your one arm far more muscular?
I gotta go inside.
Kept on watching
Yeah.
Jessica Alba movies.
For
He
the
took that
audience
advice
at
about
home,
the idol's hand being the devil's playpen. Huh?
I can't let this happen to me.
for the audience at home, Vince's one arm is super muscular, and the other one looks like Chris Elliott's hand in Scary Movie 2.
It's my strong hand.
Remember
It's
that?
strong. Aw.
You remember the episode of Family Guy when Quagmire discovers internet porn?
Oh, yes.
Comes
yeah,
up.
that's- yeah.
And he's like, guys, I gotta go back.
Wait, I
inside.
have a good visual for everybody at home.
Popeye?
Vince's
Popeye pre-spinach.
Vince's one arm
like a
is
thigh.
Captain America before he took the super soldier serum,
And then the other
and then
one.
the other one is
Is the
after he
Is the
took it.
Rob Liefeld of Captain America.
right.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Just like,
That's where it's at.
yeah.
So veiny.
You said Popeye. There's a reference to Popeye in that last scene.
What? Oh, I need you
When
spinach.
G-Nut
spinach.
says, I need my spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So the movie ends where Anton is in the hospital and his bones are all broken, and we see that Jessica Alba's character Molly is visiting, and his two buddies show up. They moved on,
And
and
angels.
and then they leave him in the dark, and they walk down the hallway, and that's the end of the
And
movie.
they scare him by writing.
oh yeah, they write on the wall. Yeah, that's right.
Everything sure went back to normal pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And like Rory was saying, this kid, what is he going home to?
Yeah.
Just bills,
Yes,
no parents.
Yeah.
He's a
No
murderer.
job.
Probably missed the last few weeks of high school.
Yeah, no one's probably going to be around to clear up the fact that his hand was possessed, so he's probably going to get charged
Yeah,
with all those
probably,
dead bodies in
definitely,
his
yeah.
backyard.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, he could probably
not
play it off.
only
He got injured too, so maybe the killer got to him also, took his hand.
there were no iPhones, though, so no evidence.
true.
That's true.
Yeah,
I will say, though, the movie, for as sloppily written as it was, there was a setup at the beginning of the movie where he says that he wishes that he could just have some girl wait on him while he lays in bed or something.
Yeah, and he got
so that
that.
happens. But I'm a little confused because they say that he died, right?
Yeah.
And he refused to go towards the light. Why isn't he fucking rot like the other two?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Because the
Because
hand
it was
possessed him? I don't know.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's an inconsistency. You know?
You
that's-
expected consistency
that's
from
weird.
this movie?
Yeah, I guess. You know what?
Everything
I take
tracked
it
up
back.
till that point,
Yeah,
right?
up until that point.
Up until there, yeah.
There were no blemishes on
All
this
made
film.
sense.
Yeah.
There's another thing I want to point out. So when she says, Debbie, I'm going back a bit. Oh, we have 6 minutes to midnight. And then he's like, "Oh, well, we got lots of time. It's actually 9." She pulls out her watch and says, "Druid time." We actually only have 6 minutes. And then I tracked it because that was 1 hour and 14 minutes.
Yeah. It's way over 6 minutes.
1 hour and 22 minutes is when it actually was midnight. So
Yeah.
they screwed it up. Inconsistent.
Yep.
Again, I got notes.
That is a very, very funny moment, though. That did make me laugh because she has like this comical watch on that's all ready to go for this one bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of crooked. Like there's crooked numbers on Druid time.
I know. It's like, all right.
Where do you get that watch?
Limited release from Rolex.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. So,
Time.
so one thing I have to say is, first off, let's ask, Rory, did you like this movie? Revisiting it?
So it's one of those really interesting things because I have a lot of nostalgia for the film. You know, I feel like if I had watched it for the first time last night, it would have been very challenging.
Yes.
But there's like a lot of things in it that I find to be very like stupidly charming
and comforting.
Yeah, like it kind of just reminds me of like the 90s, back before all my dreams were squashed.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like constantly reminded of the grim prospect of death.
Yeah.
This was
hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely kind of takes me back to being like 15, and I'm like, this is like fucking Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
But watching it last night, I was imagining myself being like, what would it be like if you watched it today for the first time? And I'm like, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's very rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like again, it's kind of creative. It's kind of a lot of like a lot of passion I could tell. You know?
Oh,
There's a lot of
definitely.
energy in it that's pretty good. So I mean, like
Yeah.
it's good if you're like, okay, so like if you're working on a construction site, right, and a large toolbox lands on your skull. And you need something to watch afterwards, you're gonna love this. That's my review.
Okay.
Agreed.
And Mike, what'd you think?
I love it. I mean, it definitely a lot of nostalgia plays into it. But 90s movies, stoner movies, like horror comedy, all the things that I like. So it's there, and the body acting from Devon Sawa was.
Jessica Alba. Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that too.
yeah, that's it. And then, how about you, Vince?
I loved it, man. Trip down memory lane. I loved it. When I was growing up, I used to hang out the bowling alley. Used to hang out at the burger joint. Wore some of those clothes. Yeah, it was
Smoke
awesome.
Mighty Joe Bong.
That would have been awesome.
Did you ever duct tape your friend's neck?
No, but we had to duct tape one of our friends' bongs because we broke it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm telling you,
close
man, when I was watching this movie last night, I was just thinking of you the whole time. I'm like, this is like such a perfect.
I love how
Vince
you were
movie.
excited for me.
I was.
That's good. Yeah.
I was like, he's probably having a great time kicking his baby legs.
Yeah.
Just having a good time drinking from a
With the
bottle.
mobile.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Right after nap time, so I was really energetic.
Yeah.
He's been fussy ever since.
Yeah.
I love this movie when it first came out, and I thought it was awesome. And then rewatching it, there was definitely some stuff that I was like, oh, okay. Like it,
Sexualizing a 17-year-old Jessica Alba. Are you cool with that?
That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is weird.
No, come on.
And
It was a
I
different
was
time.
actually surprised, like her acting too. I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. Cause
Yeah, it's a 17-year-old or 18-year-old Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Came out.
To be fair,
To be fair, yeah, this is like early in her
not
career.
even just that, but we talked about how the director and everybody was making multiple films.
Yeah.
So I imagine her direction was probably like, "You're a girl,
You're a girl.
and we're sexualized."
I mean,
Can you be
that's-
hot?
You're a girl.
oh,
Yeah.
Do
well,
that.
what's my motivation? You don't have motivation.
You're a girl.
You're a girl.
Be hotter.
Write lyrics, and you have the hots for that guy.
Why do I like him? We don't know.
He's a boy.
And he
He's a
lives
boy.
across the street.
in
Yeah.
your
It's-
class.
And just
Classic.
saying.
Yeah, classic girl next door story.
Yeah.
Like classic.
She's like,
Classic.
so you guys are literally giving me nothing. It's like, we're going to give you what we're going to give the audience.
Well, all the women written in this film, I would be so like I would turn down the script first off. If I was
Wait, these are my lines?
offered
No.
a role in this, I'd be like, "Who am I playing?" Read it and then
Yeah.
go, "No thanks."
It's mainly that scene when they're like in the bedroom together.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
is rough.
Rough.
That is really rough.
I was like watching it last night and I was like sweating because of how like uncomfortable I was.
Yeah.
I'll keep you safe in here. Here's this sexy music.
Yeah, and you're just like, what is happening?
What? This is not a normal interaction.
For some
at
reason,
all.
I have a memory of him grabbing her and then her punching him.
Because,
Right.
no, that would be a normal reaction.
Yeah, but instead she's just kind of like, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm like, what is
What?
Your, what is your type?
What?
Who hurt you?
The best female written character in this movie is the girl who's grieving the like lost,
Yes.
like you know what I mean?
The
Yeah.
Feldstein twins.
Yeah.
Who's having a moment of remorse?
Right.
They don't have to go below themselves.
She's actually feeling guilty for having treated these two guys unfairly.
Like if I was Jessica Alba, I'd be like, can I play this role?
This is a little bit.
It's a very small role. She's like, I know.
I know.
I'm
but this
aware.
is like
Yes,
this
thanks.
has something.
I'm gonna tell you, I wish I was the Invisible Woman in this film.
or even the mom.
Oh.
That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's go to Mike. What are your emojis for this film?
I swear to God, if anybody says hand, I'm gonna fucking leave.
Okay, well, I didn't put just hand. I put the emoji of the guy going.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. The hey hand.
You know what's great is that this is not an audio or a visual
video.
medium.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what we're talking
They
about.
do know what I did the action as well for all you listeners. I have a burrito,
Nice.
and then I have. There's not actually a devil, so there's like this devil demon mask thing, and then I put a slide, so like the playground, hands devil's playground.
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
I like it. All right, Vince.
I have a baby. I have a hand. Why do I have a baby?
Yeah.
The baby is an offspring.
Good job.
I thought you were just telling us facts. I didn't know you were giving us.
No.
Emojis. I have a baby. I have a hand. I have a shirt.
And then I have trees. Multiple trees.
Oh.
So what are your
I
emojis?
didn't really
Trees.
remember seeing a lot of trees on this.
So whenever I needed to buy things from a friend, trees, we would call them trees. Hey man, I need some trees. Yeah. And his name was Yo-Yo. I never learned his name. It was in Wilkes-Barre. I did some shady shit to get I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. And Rory?
Yeah.
Okay, so my emojis goes as followed. I have a cat
Nice.
because there's a cat in the movie.
There is. I remember that.
I got a woof woof, also known as a dog.
Duke.
I got a mouse, even though they weren't
You wanted
technically in
it.
the movie. They were referenced, so they were there in spirit. I got a deer because there's
Nice.
a cool looking deer statue. And then I was like, this is getting a little abstract, so I thought maybe, hey, I got a blood drop, I got a knife, and I got a hand. And the hand is there specifically to spite you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my list until you said,
Yeah.
if any of you fuckers pick a hand. But that's my emojis, and
I
I'm
was
standing
also
by them.
I was also going to do a pencil because I love the scene of him sharpening his finger.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is an awesome scene when he's like sharpening his fingers.
His fingers, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a pumpkin, and a bottle, and because of Seth Green's
Bottle on the head.
and a saw for Devin Sawa.
Well done.
Sawa.
Well done.
Thank you. So now, with that being said, Mike, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Yeah, I do. I will call out this one thing. By the time this comes out, I think the shows will already be over. But Diva Theater at the Old Brick Theater, look into it if you're interested in acting or auditioning. It's awesome there. They have Page the Stage on May 18th. That would be a cool thing to go to. I also want to shout out my company that I co-own, Shantytown Design. Marketing design needs. If you need them, we got them.
Like, what do you mean marketing design needs? What do you actually do?
We build websites. We help with marketing campaigns, all the business needs.
The social media aspect of it too?
We do that as well. Yeah.
Cool.
We do that. Yeah. And then
wait, what was the name of the company again?
Shantytown Design. Okay. Shantytowndesign.com.
You see what I did there?
Yeah,
You saw what I did there.
That's it. Yeah. NEPA Movie Mania that I
No.
saw with my friends Justin
like
and
them.
Joe.
Joe Petito, friend of the show.
That's
Petito.
right. He's been on here a couple times. The three of us started that site, and
Surprised he didn't just walk through the fucking door.
we gotta say his name 3 times.
Yeah. One more time.
And then
The juice is loose. Sorry.
and then the NEPA Horror Fest that's coming up June 22nd. Tony Todd and Virginia Madison from Candyman are going to be there, but I'm also going to be there with a booth selling my short stories called Souls.
Awesome.
My buddies Jess Mione and Bob Keller run that.
They put that on, yeah, exactly. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, shout out to them.
And for those who don't know this, Jess Mione
Did our
actually
logo.
designed our logo and stuff too. Yeah.
She also
A lot of
reported us to the cops a few times.
Those two do a lot of cool things around
They do.
the area. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what's awesome
Appreciate
is that they're like not those people that just like complain about things. They're like, it's nothing to do here. They're like, let's fucking create things
Yeah,
to do.
they support
Yep.
local art in every way possible.
Yep.
And Jess Mione's kind of like a superhero of sorts.
The Mother
She's always
Teresa.
juggling so much stuff. It's crazy. I don't know how she does it. I find it something of a struggle just to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Vince, how about you, buddy?
I have Gravy Diggers to plug.
Yeah.
Just
love
downed
that
one of
song.
those pot pies.
Yes, I have been sick all night because of it, but that's what you get. You know,
I
that's what you
actually
pay
had to
for.
go to the doctors the other day.
Really?
They had to open me up, and they found several nails in my stomach. And it's from the pot pies.
Yeah, I had nails too, but they were fingernails, so it wasn't as hard
yeah.
coming
Oh,
out.
that's not too bad.
on the inside.
You can pass those.
Yeah. The other thing. The other thing I want to plug.
Check his diaper.
Nope, just corn. The other thing I want to plug is our last episode, which aired today, which is the Adam Farley episode. So Adam Farley was fantastic on the episode.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of our better episodes. So
Yeah.
if you haven't, check that out. It was really good.
And
I
follow
enjoyed it.
Adam Farley on...
Yeah.
Instagram. You can
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram, Adam Farley Music.
I've also been diving into his Apple Music, and the song
Yeah.
that he performed on our show is at the top of his Apple thing, probably because I've been listening to it nonstop.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm affecting his algorithm. Yeah, he's fantastic, and I love him and miss him. That's
Yeah.
weird.
He's
Did
coming
that get
back.
weird?
He's coming back. He's
Oh,
gonna be
with-
back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk
know-
about
I know
that some
that-
other
yeah.
day. I was also kind of listening to some Adam Farley. I just want to make sure I get this name right.
It's Adam Farley. You got it
No,
right.
no, yeah. I just want to make sure. He has like a song. I believe it's called like "Daddy's Little Girl."
Yeah, he
Yes.
wrote that for his daughter.
Yeah, I was listening to it last night, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna support my friend, listen to his music, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's tears in my eyes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like a really beautiful song.
He performed that live at the Loft in Scranton, right? And literally everyone got really emotional, and I'm not even joking. Like everyone, because his daughter was there and stuff, and so he was playing it, and you could even see Adam's eyes were like, why? Like everybody in the house was just like,
He's like a fucking Hallmark card, isn't he?
he's
Him and
the
his whole
best.
family, yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
You got to meet him someday, EJ.
I need to meet this guy.
Yeah, I think you'll like him. You guys
Yeah.
should dance together.
Yeah.
You got anything else, asshole?
With all of the Adam Farley I've been listening to, Jimmy Reynolds produced and recorded most of it, I'm assuming. So yeah,
Also on the track, Daddy's Little Girl.
yeah, they're just. I like being surrounded by talented people. You guys, them. It's cool to have you guys.
So you settled for us.
Yeah.
Settled for
Well, I
We're the
feel-
ones that will actually hang out with him.
Well, yeah, because I feel like I'm better than you guys. That's why I like to keep you just.
It's okay, we know what we are.
Yeah, we know what we are. We're dirt. We're trash.
I think you should probably also plug this wonderful place that we're sitting in right now called Three Jacks
Burger Bar. I don't
Hey,
know.
what's the burger of the month?
Burger of the month is the Traverse City, which is a 6-ounce beef patty with
Interesting.
Jim Beam Red Stag cherry compote and brie cheese. It's just
Eat
smothered.
it.
It's
Just come in and eat it.
eat it. It's delicious. Yeah, served with French fries or chips or coleslaw. But we got other things too. If you don't like, you're not into burgers, we got chicken tenders. We got boneless wing bites. Deep
The
fried
wing
pizza.
bites are something of a rabbit hole you'll go down.
Yeah,
I do the deep fried pizza.
The Big
does
Mac
things.
deep fried pizza.
Big Macs.
Yeah.
Big Macs. Don't not
Macs.
Big Mac.
You can't come
There was-
after us,
we will get-
McDonald's.
There was an
No, they
X
can.
in there.
Oh, well, Donald's.
They're very litigious.
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got some stuff to plug.
Go
If that's
for it.
okay with you. Number one, I got Raven View Productions. You want
Yes.
to check out Raven View Productions? It's a thing. It's
It's
on
on
Facebook.
YouTube.
It's on the YouTube. It's what I put my projects under. In fact, these Freakles episodes, when they play through my car, it says Raven View Productions. I think that's kind of cool.
How often do you go rewind to just hear that over and over? Do you do that?
I'm not a narcissist like you. Fourth Cut Reviews from Mr. Chris Conforti, writing stuff. He
Yes.
also has Fourth Cut Productions
Yes.
and Fourth Cut Sandwiches.
Yes. Not cut once, twice, 3. It's 4.
The fourth cut is the sweetest.
They're difficult to eat, but
Fourth cut is
The sweetest. Kitties
yum,
of
yum.
NEPA Pet Rescue. Probably the most important thing going on in this area. They go in and they save cats. They rehabilitate them. They get them all taken care of. They get them homes. They get them off drugs. They get them off the streets. I met a cat through Kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue. Horribly addicted to heroin. You know what he's doing right now?
What's that?
He's the mayor of Scranton.
wow,
Yeah, he's come a long way.
that is impressive.
And that all started with Kitties of NEPA Pet fucking rescue. So look him up and don't be a scumbag.
Yeah, and don't verify what he just said.
I was gonna say NEPA Horror Fest, but Michael Vinci. He already got there. Variant Season, our buddy Will Perna, Mark Janosch. That's their band. It's some fantastic, even fabulous rock music. Produced like the best of them.
Yeah.
Some nice punchy rock music.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, well, then your opinion is shit.
It's trash.
The worst.
Yeah. You
Have a few drinks. Go drive your car.
what?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I've gone too far.
That's too
Where
far.
am I?
How about you, EJ?
I got to
Hit
plug.
me, Fever.
I know. Normally, I feel like you guys got most of my plugs, but I do have the new metal messiah, Mr. Jon Snow.
Metal Messiah. What a great.
Metal Messiah.
Yes.
Jon Snow.
And so, guys,
No one knows like Jon Snow.
No one knows what it's like to be Jon Snow. No, so guys, check out the Eastern Tribute Collective.com, and he is in like 9 different bands.
I thought it was 17 now. Isn't he in 17 bands?
I'm losing track.
Whatever your favorite band is, he's covering it.
He's covering it. If it's new metal, 90s, he's got it.
Ricky
He's got
Martin.
2000s, he's into that now too. So, like, literally, check out Eastern Tribute Collective.com, or you can find them on Facebook, and you will see all the different shows they're doing. And he's pretty much doing a show every weekend all
he's a
over
busy
the
dude.
tri-state area. I think up in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. He's all over. So
If you
make
guys
sure to
think we're
keep an
telling
eye out.
lies, this kid books, so he is talented. They have lots of shows. Like we're not just
a
saying.
lot
Yeah.
of shows.
Hey, you know what else I heard about Jon Snow? He also endorses Gravy Diggers.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
He
Yeah.
says nothing gives him the energy to run around on stage and perform.
When's the first Smashing Blumpkins show that he's doing? 'Cause
That should be a band. That should
coming
be-
up.
coming up.
That's phase 4.
Yes. Yeah, he's on like the MCU right now. He's just building. If you guys want to check out that, also make sure to check us out on iTunes or Spotify. Make sure to rate and review, 5 stars only. And if you leave us a review, we appreciate it. We'll actually read it on air so you guys could hear yourselves and your own message.
Yeah, you'll see that you like it.
Yeah, you'll be like, hey,
Hey, that's me.
you could yell F you, Vince,
Yeah,
but if you give us
everybody
5
does.
stars, we definitely will read that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also, if you have any questions or want to email us, you can email us at frequelpodcast@gmail.com. Gmail, as Vince likes to say.
Gmail.
And also, don't forget to check out our Instagram and Facebook. And on Facebook, you could see exclusive pictures of us with our guests and stuff, but also just other random
And
things.
some lead-ins, some teasers, a lot
Yeah.
of fun stuff.
And also, if we get enough followers out there, I'm going to start posting pictures of my cat Ella.
And in the nude.
Rory in the nude with
You're
Ella.
disgusting. She's a baby.
No, I meant you. You're in the nude.
Oh, yeah, I'll be naked.
not the cat.
Usually.
Gross.
Cat.
I actually grew gills, so I qualify for Adam Farley's OnlyFans.
Right. OnlyFans. Make sure to check out Adam Farley's OnlyFans.
Yeah, check out Adam Farley's OnlyFans. It's like something you didn't know you needed until you saw it.
Yeah.
True.
Changes you.
just like that.
Okay.
But guys, thank you so much, and thank you to Mike for coming on the show,
Yes,
for
Mike,
having
thank
me.
you.
laying out some facts about idle hands. And
I'm not going to say you were the worst guest.
Second worst.
The worst.
no.
No, you're awesome, man.
Yeah, you're awesome. Please come back
Absolutely.
anytime you want. Just let us know. Please come back. And so thank you for coming on to the show. And guys, thank you for being home and listening to our show. We appreciate you guys. And with that being said, thank you for listening to Back in the New York.